hope everybody is going to have a happy Easter.
Yeah.
Easter's my favorite.
Is it really? Religious holiday or holiday in general?
It really is incredible because today is Good Friday. I say this, and the very worst thing that could happen was at the same time the very best thing that could happen. And only God can do such a thing. And, to think about how awful what happened on Good Friday was, but then on Easter we celebrate the resurrection of Jesus. I always say, I think to us, if you're a Christian like I am, it's the most important day for Christians. I got baptized like 5-6 years ago on Easter.
Really so
cool.
it does. It holds a lot of importance for you.
And
multiple
I think
reasons
for Christians. And I thought, I don't really want to say anything about this, what I'm about to say. And I thought about it all weekend, and I'm like, I'm not going to talk about this. Okay. And now I feel I have to talk about this.
All right.
So on this hugely important day and weekend, we've got a guy that's hawking Bibles for $59.99 to pay his legal bills. And we know who it is. And he's facing a serious money crunch, and I don't want to make this about bashing him. I just want to make this about the truth, because there's no question in my mind, and maybe you're out there and you think I'm way off and I shouldn't be talking about this, but I think he's taking advantage of this very holy weekend to make money. Listen, if you want to sell sneakers for $400, go ahead. But there's a big difference between selling sneakers and selling a Bible. And let's say what he's calling the Bible. It's the God Bless the USA Bible. And it's got an American flag on it. Now, listen, I like the flag. I'm an American. I'm proud to be an American. I like this country. I love this country. I'd never leave. But
do you think he'd be shocked to find out that America isn't in the Bible? I think he would.
I think he might.
I think he'd be shocked.
Here's the quote. I encourage you to get a copy of the God Bless the USA Bible, he wrote on social media. So he says this is the King James version of the Bible. I think he thinks it's the King Donald version of the Bible. And as a Christian, I don't like this. This clearly is political. He says it isn't. He says it has nothing to do with his campaign. It clearly does. And he also says, quote, it's the only Bible that I endorse.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
So you know me well. There are certain things that I just take very personally.
Absolutely.
And I don't apologize for that.
Nor should
if
you.
someone wants to come and wreck our state of Arizona, I'm going to take it personally.
Not
if
on my
someone
watch,
comes
right?
after my family, I'm going to take it personally. I just feel that this is something that I'm taking very, very personally on such a wonderful weekend that we should, if you are a believer out there like I am, that we should be celebrating. And I just don't get how someone could use Easter and fleece people and capitalize on the greatest event, in my opinion, the greatest event in the history of the world. It's not about you, man, and it ain't about me, and it's about one person. And, when he says all Americans need a Bible in their home, I have many. It's my favorite book. Well, you just violated the 9th commandment. And I guess maybe I'll just say this, and I'm not trying to make you vote for somebody or not vote for somebody. I don't care who you vote for out there. I just share my heart on the show. Am I the greatest Christian? Well, of course not. I sin every day. I ask God for forgiveness every day. I'm not perfect. I'm broken. I get it, right? But I don't like how some people say, well, that all the Christians that like this guy are going to buy the Bible. They're, of course, going to buy this Bible.
They lump everybody together. They lump anyone that has faith or religiosity, I guess, in one group.
I will say a real Christian isn't buying this Bible from him. And I saw that some pastors are going to use the Bible, the Trump Bible. Well, then you, sir, are not a real pastor. You're a politician. And so, Bruce, I really did. I told you at the beginning of the week.
You struggled with this.
I might want to talk about it. I might not want to talk about it. And
we
now
got to Friday, and you couldn't resist.
Yeah, because what happened on Good Friday? Like, I'll give you an example. When you see The Chosen, or you see, they'll play, the movies, and Jesus gets crucified. I can't watch it. I can't watch him on the cross. I can't
even the movie form. You mean? Yeah.
Can't do it. It just crushes me. And so, and I think a lot of people are like that.
Sure.
And now when I see something like this, it's just blasphemous.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind, by the way, and I am not the religious one on the show. I defer to you.
I say I'm not the religious one on the show either. I am just
we're grading on a curve
of faith who has a relationship with Jesus and just wants to understand the Bible better.
Well, I look at it as the least Christ-like person maybe since Charles Manson, as I understand what Christ stood for and how he was, and I've read the Bible, is hawking a book that he's never read, that contains morals, ideals, and beliefs that he doesn't believe in. To me, of course they're going to buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course some will. And I think it's hilarious. I have no problem with him fleecing stupid people.
I just think it's sad. And I think the other thing is, like, who's going to buy it? Who's going to buy it?
Same ones driving around with flags on their trucks right now, probably. You know what? You know why he lost last election? You didn't have enough flags on your truck.
I just
blame yourself.
I feel if you are going to celebrate the resurrection of Jesus this weekend, you're not buying that thing. And by the way, let me add this: it's the God Bless the USA Bible with the American flag on it.
Yeah.
And what was Jesus' message? It was about loving your neighbor. It wasn't a border, right? And I'm not making this about immigration or border. You can't just put the American flag on that and say, listen, this is, make sure. No.
It's a bastardization of what America and the Bible stands for, by the way.
He was about loving your neighbor across borders, across the world.
It's a bastardization of both.
It's not just America.
Yeah.
And so.
But I would expect nothing less. There is no bottom. You know that.
There
is no bottom.
No, apparently not.
There is no bottom.
No.
I will tell you this, though. Got to give him credit for this. How many Bibles did Sleepy Joe sell this week? All right, then. I leave it at that.
0.
None.
Yeah.
Yeah, loser.
Yeah. And again, I really did struggle with talking about this.
I know it's personal to you, and I can tell you, I know it upsets you.
Yeah, I think it should. I think it should upset every Christian. And I'm not saying, like, if you're a Christian out there and you support Trump, fine. This you shouldn't support. But it can't tell you what to do in your own life.
Yeah, I would only hope you're supporting, as a religious person, you're supporting Trump as an example of everything that you shouldn't, that the Bible doesn't stand for.
I just wish he didn't do this. And there's nothing, I'm not surprised by this.
No, sure.
I'm not surprised by this, but I don't like it. Yeah. I don't like it. I think it gives Christians a bad name.
It lumps in with one group. And I know they're not homogenous. Religious people of faith in general, they're not homogenous.
Yeah.
The way they see the world.
I just want to wish everybody a happy Easter. I know that
there you go.
We got sidetracked. That's what was on my heart, so I wanted to say it.
Appreciate you sharing it with us, Gaydos.
Thanks for watching Outspoken with Bruce and Gaydos. Tap to watch more from KTAR News and click the button in the middle to subscribe.